Hey everybody, it's Erin Reed, and today we are going to tackle a monstrosity of a problem I have had in my craft space: how to organize my pens. So I have done versions of putting them in containers like this. I have done versions where they're in a storage case, but you know what? That's kind of a mess too. So my problem is I have pens I have collected from various companies, various sizes, various types. So it is a mess beyond a mess, and I have them in all different places. And even though they're all alcohol markers, they're from like 5 different brands. So guess what? I got that thing. So I just picked up this extra large pen and ink palace, and as you can see from the picture, it's a way to store your pens, among other things. So let's get organizing. So as you can tell, this is like a crazy business. I mean, this is like a crazy mess beyond belief. I've got Arteza pens and Copic pens, and I've got, yeah, it's so much, so many different kinds, different shapes. Look, these ones are more triangular, whereas these ones are square, whereas these ones are oval. So I needed something that was going to fit everything no matter what. I also have some that are just like glittery pens. I mean, I have some of these big brush pens. It's like pen explosion here. So I've got this from Totally Tiffany, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers, of which pull out. So you could actually put other stuff on here, but I am completely using this as a way to store my pens because this is crazy business. I am running out of space on my desk. I love having stuff just within a hand shot, but if I know I need a pen and they're all in one location, I don't have to go, well, where's that color, or where's that, or where did I put that container? They're all right here. So time to organize. It's already a little bit better. It's getting there. Now it's just a matter of putting them in color order. Now, I did not worry about what brand went and where. I just purely, it was blue, green, red and orange, pink and purple, yellows, and then grays, blacks, browns, and blenders. I have one extra purple, which means I have to do a little bit of some finagling. Maybe there's some ones that go up and down. And then these were all the oddballs. So what I have not put in here yet, and I may not get the chance because look, it's pretty much full. And as I get more pens, I don't want to completely eat up my space here. I definitely don't think I can fit in my watercolor pens. So this will just be my alcohol blending marker storage. Maybe I need to get another one. So take a look, it's done. I finished it. Woo! It is so amazing. So I did mine. I just kind of blended everything I wanted to. You can see that I've got, a color story. This very, very top layer. Let me see if I can bring it closer. Woo! This thing's got some heft to it, but take a look at that. That's pretty awesome. There. Feel very Vanna White this moment. All right, so at the bottom, and this is just how I am organizing it, I did not worry about what brand I was using. All I worried about is the colors. So as you can see, let me try and get this nice and here, if I rest it on my shoulder. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's resting on my shoulder. I feel like a He-Man. All right, so I went with the blending markers first, went into black, then I went into the grays and then browns, and then I ended with orange because I only had like 5 or 6 orange, so that's what I ended with. And then I bumped up and I went into, what's next? Oh yeah, my yellows, went across with yellows, went into reds, and then ended with reds. Then I went into my pinks, into purples, and a little bit of purple on the us, but as you can see, look, right here, I still have some space. So if I get a couple more markers, I can always shift them around. Went into blue and then greens at the top. And at the very, very top row here, I have some oddball markers. All my Pitt pens, because they're not alcohol markers, but they're not quite water-based markers. They're different. They're India ink markers. So and I realized I had them in like 5 different places. So I kind of scrounged around and emptied out a few other places and contained it all into this nice little unit. And then I had some other oddball ones. I have some metallic markers. I have like my distress crayon, my single distress crayon. I have 2, but I don't know where the other one is. All right, I have the last catastrophe, which you can check on the outtakes. It's moving over there. God, that's crazy. All right, the last thing that's at the top before the catastrophe happens is I put a whole bunch of these larger markers, as you can see right here. There's these larger, long markers, and they do fit, but they stick out quite a bit. I mean, they're good 1.5, 2 inches longer than all the rest of the markers. So, you know, they're all on top. Ta-da! So that's the nice thing is it has this. You don't have to use this particular unit for markers. I mean, if you look at the picture that originally came with it, it showed it for ink and it had a whole bunch of other fun stuff on top. But my big problem was markers. So I got my Tombow markers in here. It didn't solve that problem yet, but at least it condensed all the other issues. I couldn't fit them all into one place. I had them in 3 different locations. Now they're all into one space. Yes. And I'm going to be putting this actually right up above here, which is on my desk. I have a perfect spot for it. And it's ready to go, and I can see the colors. Now all I have to do is let's go boop, and I'm ready, and I can use them. And then I can pop them right back in here. And can this change? Yes. I don't have to keep it exactly the way it is. There are so many color charts out there and ways to organize your markers that is up to you. You decide how you want to do that. I didn't care what brand. I went purely by color. And as time goes along, I will go through and probably remorph it and rechange it around. I mean, that's the beauty of having your own craft space, and you can reorganize it however you want. So, yay! I also had about 5 markers I pitched because I had like 6 blacks and 2 blacks were completely toast. So why do I need to get the refills when I already have other black markers? In the trash they went. I had one where the cap is like totally broken. I mean, what am I going to do with that? So, and the pen was starting to lose some ink. So you know what? In the trash it went. I have obviously enough pens to get me through. No, nowhere near some people, but this is the collection I've been working on for the past 10 years. Some of these pens are, yeah, 10 years old because I started collecting them when I was pregnant with my son and he's 9. About 10 years ago. So it's been this collection of markers that have been going on for a long time. I did come across one Copic marker that was starting to run dry, and that I will hang on to because those are refillable, which is fantastic. And so all I would have to do if I ever really want to use that color, or I'm like, man, I really want that color, I've kept the marker, I can get the refill, I'm good to go. It's a little less expensive, which is fantastic. And I know that the marker itself, and I can always get a new nib for Copics, are perfect. So thanks so much for stopping by and checking out how to organize your marker collection via the Totally Tiffany Ink Palace. And there's a smaller one too, so what if you don't have a giant collection? I personally would always go a little bit bigger than exactly fitting what I have because I'm probably going to get more. It's what we do. Links are down below where you can find your ink palace from Totally Tiffany. I will link a few of the markers that I have, the Arteza markers, the Style File markers, Copic markers, just the ones, you know, just general link in case you're kind of curious about why I have different brands. I also have some Spectre Noirs. It's just, again, what I've been given by companies, what I've bought over the years, what has been handed to me by some friends because they had duplicate colors. It's just, you know, what I've collected over the time as the past 10 years have gone by. So now I have them all in a concise space. Thanks so much for stopping by. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye, everybody. At the very top, I don't know if you guys can see. No! Outtake.